Are we good?
I'll turn it over to you.
All right, thank you. Well, welcome everyone. I just want to review a couple of things that we spoke about in the last couple of weeks, just to kind of set the tone for the practice again. But before I do so, find a comfortable seat. So it can be on your heels. I'll demonstrate real quick. On your heels, or on a chair if that's more comfortable for you, or in an easy cross-legged position. And find the straight spine. Ground your sits bones into the ground. Make them sharp as knives on the ground. And just see what that feels like, how your heart lifts, your crown lifts. And take a few normal breaths in here. And just for comparison now, make your sits bones really soft on the ground, soft like butter. See how your body kind of sinks down. And then make them sharp as knives again to see that rise in your heart, in the crown of your head. Normal breathing into the belly. And now just for contrast, take the deepest breath in that you've taken all day. Breathe in through the belly, chest, and throat. Hold for a moment, sniff in more air, hold, and then let it out with a and again, breathing in, belly, chest, throat. Sniff in more air when you think you're full. Hold. And sigh it out. One more time. On your own, in your own rhythm. And I will share my screen for a moment and go over some of the things that we discussed previously. Okay. So we had talked about on the first day how yoga and meditation are different from the normal state and how we use this tool as a reminder throughout the practice of breathing, relaxing, feeling, watching, and allowing. And the second week then we looked at the role of the body and really try to feel our feelings and our experiences in the body while not getting caught up in the story and the thoughts and the judgments about it. And then last week we concentrate on the breath, so on pranayama in yoga, and we talked about how breathing deeply and coherently generates a relaxation response. And so we're practicing this abdominal breathing and coherent breathing in order to activate the part of the nervous system called the parasympathetic that gives peace and relaxation to the body. Today we'll be concentrating on that a little more, and we'll be also exploring what's called the bandhas in yoga, or the locks that deepen our breathing and help our concentration. And so we'll be working with the breath some more today. Okay. So to start with another pranayama or breath control, this time sit on your heels if you're not already there. And we'll be practicing what's called Kalavati breath, or skull shining breath. So find that long spine again. And to start with, put one hand on your navel, or slightly below the navel. And on the next in-breath, just let the navel bulge out. And see how, as you bulge the navel out, the breath naturally flows in. And now pull the belly in and up as hard as you can. And feel how that is kind of naturally initiating the out breath. And now we're going to do that pretty quickly. And the part of the breath that's active is only the out breath. So on an exhale, really pull your belly in and up, expel the air. And then for the in-breath, just let the belly bulge forward and let the air naturally flow into your body. So let's try that a couple of times. Get really comfortable sitting on your heels, find that long spine, and then breathe in, and breathing out actively through your nose, push the air out with your belly, and then on the in-breath, just relax the belly forward to let the air flow in. So do it fairly quickly. I'll demonstrate. I think you can hear me over the microphone. So breathing in and breathing out. So join me in that and find a natural rhythm fairly quickly. So again, the exhale is really active, pulling the belly in, forcing the air out. And then the inhale is kind of passive. You just relax the belly and let the air flow in. And we'll do that for about 30 seconds or so. So go ahead in your own rhythm. After the next cycle, just start breathing normally again. Close your eyes and feel the effects of that breathing. And let's do it again. So again, the exhale is active. You pull the belly to the spine, especially the navel area. Try to pull it up a little into the rib cage too. That is one of those locks I was talking about. And then the inhale happens passively. You just relax the belly out and the air flows in naturally. So again, in your own rhythm, the Kalavati breath for about 30 seconds. To the next cycle, breathe normally again, close the eyes maybe, and return to your normal breathing. And maybe try and feel if there are any effects of that intensive breathing. And if they're not, that's okay too. Let's do a few more breath exercises, but this time we'll bring the body in for what's called a Vinyasa, so a movement that's aligned with the breath. Stretch the arms out, touch the fingertips to the ground. And on the in-breath, turn the palms up, raise the arms above, touch the hands above. On the out-breath, turn the palms down, push the air down with your hands while at the same time pulling the navel to the spine. And breathing in again, letting the belly bulge out, lift the arms. Breathing out, bringing the hands back down and the belly pulls to the spine. A few more times in your own rhythm, maybe close the eyes so you really feel into the movement and the breath. And a few more pointers here. So when you breathe in, let the air fill your belly, your side bodies, the back of your body, so in all 3 dimensions. And on the breath out, pull the navel to the spine, and at the same time, pull the pelvic floor up a little bit. That's another bandha called Mula Bandha. So on the out breath, the pelvic floor pulls up and the navel pulls to the spine. On the in breath, that relaxes. One more time. And then rest. Open the eyes again if they were closed. Feel into the body to see if there are any differences before and after. On the next in-breath, again, the arms raise up. Make the side bodies really long, and on the out-breath, lean towards your right side, keeping both side bodies long. Let's stay here for a moment. Grab the left wrist with your right hand and pull the left arm a little bit longer and higher, keeping both side bodies long again. Breathing in, lift the heart out of the hips. Breathing out, keep that length and deepen. Keep connecting the left sits bone to the surface you're sitting on. One more breath in and out, and breathing in. Come back up, stretch up. Breathing out, other side. Grab the right hand or right wrist with your left hand. Pull the arm long, stretching both side bodies. Breathing in, lift the heart out of the hips. Breathing out, deepen. One more time. On the next breath in, come back up, stretch high. Breathing out, arms back down to the floor. Stretch the legs out in front of you. Lean forward, feel the fleshy part of your seat, pull it out and back a little bit. And let's do the arm lifts and lowering a couple of times in this position here. Stretch through the heels, pull the toes towards your knees, and then on the in-breath, the arms raise up. Breathing out, pulling the pelvic floor up, the belly in, arms back down. 2 more times on your own. Breathing in, the arms come up. And breathing out, pelvic floor pulls up, navel pulls in. And down. One more time. Pause for a moment. We'll start exactly the same way, but this time we'll twist over to the right side on the out breath and concentrate on engaging the bandhas here. So the pelvic floor pulls up and the belly to the spine on the out breath. Breathing in, the arms come up, stretch both side bodies long. Breathing out, turn towards your right, drop the right hand in front, left hand comes to the outside of your right knee. Breathing in here, lengthen, and breathing out, engage the bandhas and twist a little deeper. And a few more breaths here, always raising the heart out of the hips on the in-breath, lengthening the spine, engaging the bandhas, pulling the navel to the spine, in the twist on the out-breath. On the next in-breath, arms rise back up, come back forward. And on the out-breath, other side. So left hand behind you, right hand to the outside of the right knee. You can push into that knee to twist yourself around more. And again, on the in-breath, lift the heart. On the out-breath, bandhas engage, and you twist more deeply. So breathing, softening somewhere, even if it's just the eyes in your head or the face. One more breath in and out here. And then on the in-breath, the arms rise back up. Breathing out, come back down. Let's do one more seated twist here. Cross the right knee over the left leg. So the right foot comes to the outside of the left knee. Stretch through the left heel. Toes point towards the body. On the in-breath, lift the heart. Breathing out, use your left hand to hug your right knee towards your left shoulder, and the right hand goes behind you again. And same thing here, breathing in, lift the heart. Breathing out, engage the bandhas and twist. Sits bones stay firmly connected to the ground here. A few more breaths in your own rhythm. Always lifting the heart, lengthening the spine on the in-breath, and then keeping that length, pulling the pelvic floor up and the navel in on the out-breath, deepening the twist. One more breath in and out, relaxing the face and the eyes, and on an in-breath, the arms raise back up. And breathing out, let's just twist to the other side here, so to the inside of the right knee for a few moments as a counter twist. And then coming back forward, unwinding the legs and crossing the left over the right. Same thing here, the right toes point towards the right knee, stretch through the right heel. Hug the left knee this time towards the right shoulder with your right hand. Or you can also bring it into the elbow crease if that's available. Or if you're really flexible, you can put your right elbow to the outside of the knee. Whatever works for you. And then on an in-breath, lift the heart. You can lift the arm too on the left, and breathing out, The left arm comes behind you, push into the ground here to lift your heart, and breathing out, engage the bandhas and twist more deeply. Feel how pulling the navel to the spine allows you to come into a deeper twist. Breathe, soften somewhere, and feel. One more breath in and out. And on an in-breath, the left arm rises, and breathing out, you come back forward. Straighten out the legs, shake them out a little bit, and then pull your heels towards one side and come towards a tabletop. Your wrists are underneath your shoulders. Your knees are underneath your hips. If your wrists are yelling at you, you can roll up the mat, put just the heels of your hands on the mat and let your fingertips drop to the ground to have some cushioning and a lighter angle at your wrist. Or you can be on fists, and if that's still not enough, you can be on your forearms. So whatever you choose here, find a neutral spine first. So long line from the crown of the head to the tailbone. And then on an in-breath, drop the belly down, look up, pull the tailbone towards your head, shoulder blades draw down and back, cow pose. Breathing out, push the ground away from you, and again engage those bandhas, especially pulling the navel to the spine, cat. And stay here for a moment and just explore. Maybe wiggle the hips back and forth or the shoulders, making figure eights maybe with your body, whatever feels good here. And then when you're ready, on an in-breath, come into cow again, let the belly drop, the chest expand, look forward, the heart reaches forward through the arms. And breathing out, pull the belly to the spine, pull the pelvic floor up, cat pose. And do this about 4 more times in your own rhythm, exploring how the breath can help you deepen into this motion here. And then find a neutral spine again. Put the left hand closer to the midline, so it's right underneath your nose. Step the feet and knees a little bit wider apart. And then on an in-breath, raise the right arm up, look towards it, open the heart, send it forward. And then on an out-breath, reach underneath your left shoulder until you can't reach anymore. Put the right arm onto the ground, put your cheek onto the ground, and then put your hand, your left hand, right in front of your face. Push into that hand to twist yourself around in this threading the needle posture. Keep the hips level. The spine is still one long line. Breathing in, still reach the heart forward, and breathing out, engage the bandhas twist. And same principle here. On the in-breath, you lengthen the spine and the side bodies. On the out-breath, pull the belly in, pull the pelvic floor up, twist more deeply. Breathe, relax somewhere, and feel into all this intensity and all these different sensations you're generating with the motion, with the breath, and with the bandhas. One more breath in and out here. And on the in-breath, unwind, reach the right hand up again, look towards it. And breathing out, put the hand back down next to the left and put the hands back underneath the shoulder. Check into both sides of the body, see if there's any difference, having done this twist on the right. And then step your right hand underneath your face. On an in-breath, The left arm rises. Stay here for a few moments. Lift the heart forward. Reach through the fingertips upward. Breathe into the belly. Soften the face. Soften the tongue in the mouth. One more breath in. And breathing out, reach the left hand underneath the right shoulder as far as you can go. Rest the arm on the ground, the left cheek on the ground, and then the right hand comes right in front of the face. Push into that hand, deeper into this twist. Breathing in, reach the heart forward, out of the hips. And breathing out, pull the pelvic floor up the navel to the spine and twist. And even as you concentrate on that breathing and the bandhas, relax somewhere and feel. One more breath in and out here. And on the in-breath, unwind. The left arm lifts up. And breathing out, come back down. Check in with the body again. Find neutral spine. This time, step the knees back a little bit behind the hips. Spread your fingers out on the ground. Push all 10 fingertips into the ground. Curl the toes under. Take a deep breath in. And on an out breath, imagine your sits bones are pulled up and back into down dog. Pedal out the feet here. Bend one knee and send the opposite heel towards the ground. So walking out your dog. And find some stillness in this pose. Send the inner thighs back and up. Send the heels towards the ground. Pull the sits bones up and the heels down. Imagine you're trying to crunch your mat forward with your feet. Feel how your upper body is kind of pulled back and your spine lengthened as you do that. And imagine also that you're trying to crunch your mat between your hands. Feel how that broadens the upper back. Reach the belly to the thighs, the heart towards the floor. To be precise, reach the heart towards the floor between your hands. Breathe, soften somewhere here and feel. And try the bandhas here too in this challenging position. So on the in-breath, again, lift the heart out of the hips. And on the out-breath, engage the pelvic floor and pull the navel to the spine. One more breath in. Breathing out, come into child's pose. And see how quickly you can let go in this pose from the intensity of down dog. Completely relax every muscle in your body and let the ground receive you. And within the next 2 breath cycles, make your way up to a down dog again. And then when you're ready, find stillness and build your pose with the pointers we just went over. So reach your heels towards the ground, reach the sits bones up, reach the inner thighs back and up. Imagine you're trying to drag your feet forward on the mat and that you're trying to crunch the mat together between your hands, broadening the upper back. Reach the belly to the thighs, the heart towards the floor between your hands. And find that long line of energy from your fingertips all the way into your sits bones, from your heels all the way into your sits bones. From your tailbone into your heart, reaching forward between the hands. Breathe, soften somewhere, and feel. One more long breath in here. Breathing out back to child's pose, and once again, see how quickly you can just surrender to the ground here and completely relax. And within the next 2 breath cycles, back to down dog once again. Check in with your hands, make sure the fingers are still spread out, the fingertips really pressing into the ground. Take a moment to pedal out your dog if you'd like, and then find stillness and build your pose. Heels reach down, sits bones up, inner thighs reach back and up. Push the mat forward with your feet and push the mat together with your hands. Belly reaches to the thighs, heart to the ground between your hands. Find your full 3-part yoga breath here, so fill the belly, chest, and throat on the in-breath in all 3 directions. And on the out-breath, pull in the navel and pull the pelvic floor up. And relax somewhere, even as you're observing all of those different details. One more breath in. Breathing out, look forward and jump or step the feet behind your hands. Make sure the feet are at least hip-width distance apart and hang in ragdoll. You can interlace the arms here. Let the upper body sway back and forth gently. Let the head shake yes or no. Take one more long in-breath here. Breathing out, let the arms go and then slowly start rolling up through the spine. Let the upper body and the head hang down. You can support yourself on your thighs if you'd like to protect your lower back. When you're ready to raise your head, raise the shoulders to the ears and turn the thumbs out, and then let the shoulder blades slide down your back, lifting the heart. Let's try it one more time. Shrug the shoulders up to the ears, turn the thumbs out, and then let the shoulder blades just slide down the back, opening your heart. Push the feet into the ground, drop the tailbone. Lift the heart, lift the crown of the head, soften the shoulders away from the ears. To help that, imagine that you're softening your inner ears. And trying to soften that area helps you relax the neck and the tops of the shoulders. On the next in-breath, float the arms up. They touch above. Breathing out, press the air down, prayer posture at the heart. 2 more times in your own rhythm. Breathing in, arms float. Breathing out, prayer. Last time. The next time the arms float up, keep them there, and on the out breath, sit back as though you're trying to sit back into a chair, Utkatasana, chair pose. Send the inner thighs back and down this time, like you're trying to squeeze something between your thighs. Open the sits bones, push the feet into the ground, and lift the heart forward out of the hips. One more breath in. Breathing out, come back up and release. On the next in-breath, the arms float up. Breathing out, sit back into chair pose. Really reach your sits bones back like for a chair that you can't quite reach. One more breath in, lift the heart. Breathing out, prayer posture at the heart. Take a long breath in here, lift the heart again. And breathing out, twist over to your right. Put the left elbow on the outside of the right knee, just your feet so you have good balance here. And then on an in-breath, lift the heart out of the hips again. And breathing out, engage the bandhas and twist yourself around. You can push into your right hand to help that deeper twist. Breathe, soften somewhere and feel. And keep reaching the sits bones back for that chair and the heart forward to lengthen the spine. One more breath in and out. On an in-breath, come back up. And on an out-breath, release the arms and come up. You can shake out the legs here if you'd like. And then find Tadasana, our mountain pose again. Find the length of the spine. Really push into the ground with your feet. Lift the heart, lift the crown. And on an in-breath, the arms float up. Breathing out, sit back into that chair. Breathing in, lift the heart. Breathing out, prayer posture. Take a long breath in, lengthening the spine again, and breathing out, twist over to the other side. And same thing here, breathing in, lengthen the spine, lift the heart forward. Breathing out, the bandhas get engaged and the twist deepens. Breathe, soften somewhere and feel. And keep reaching back with the sits bones for that chair. And reach the heart forward through the arms. One more breath in and out. Breathing in, come back forward into chair pose and breathing out. Release. You can shake it out again if you'd like. And if you're not already there, you can step to the front of your mat. We'll start a series of sun salutations. Push the feet into the ground, lift the heart, relax the shoulders from the ears. In the ears, soften. Breathing in, the arms float up. Breathing out, touch the ground. If you have to bend the knees, that's fine here. Breathing in, lengthen the spine. Let's stay here for a moment to explain this lengthening. You have either your fingertips on the ground and push back on the fingertips to lengthen the heart forward, or you can have your hands on your shins and push into the shins to straighten the spine a little bit and get some traction. The sits bones open in the back, the inner thighs reach back, the heart reaches forward. Let's take one more long breath in here. And breathing out, hands on the ground. If they weren't there, step back into a lunge. Drop the back knee on the ground. On an in-breath, come up, raise the arms. Breathing out, prayer posture. Breathing in, lengthen. And breathing out, twist over your right knee, the left knee, your right elbow goes to the outside of the left knee. And same principles of the twist here. Breathing in, lengthen the spine. Lift the heart, breathing out, bandhas engage, and you're twisting yourself around. Push into the hands as leverage to get deeper into the twist. If you want more heat here, you can curl the back toes under and lift the knee and back. But you can stay on the ground too with the knee. Breathe, relax somewhere, and feel. On each in-breath, lift the heart forward. Each out-breath, engage the bandhas and twist. One more breath in. Breathing out, release back to the ground. Breathing in, step back into plank pose. Breathing out, chaturanga, knees, chest, chin to the ground. And breathing in, come into up dog or cobra. Breathing out, down dog. Reach the sits bones up, heels down, heart forward between the hands. Two more long, deep breaths here. Relax somewhere, even in this intensity. And then on the next out breath, the right foot steps forward between the hands, drop the back knee on the floor, breathing in, arms lift up, raise the heart. Breathing out, prayer posture. Breathing in, one long line, lift the heart, long line in the spine. Breathing out, twist over to the right. And same thing here, breathing in, lift the heart forward and up. Breathing out, pull the pelvic floor up, the navel to the spine. And twist yourself around. Breathe, relax somewhere, and feel. Where else can you soften, even as you're working pretty intensely? If you want more heat, you can lift the back knee off the ground. Breathe, soften, feel. One more breath in. Breathing out, hands come back down. Breathing in, step the back leg forward, lengthen the spine. Breathing out, forward. Breathing in, push the feet in the ground, the arms float up. Breathing out, Tadasana. Take a moment here to calm your breath. Find the length of your spine again. And then on the next in-breath, the arms float back up. Breathing out, touch the floor. Breathing in, length. Breathing out, right foot back into a lunge. This time, come up on an in-breath into warrior one. Arms lift up, shoulders melt from the ears. Soften the inner ears. The heart lifts out of the hips. The back heel reaches back. Deepen the front hip crease. Square the hips forward by hugging the inner thighs together to the midline. One more breath in. Breathing out, prayer posture. Breathing in, open up a bow and arrow and come into warrior two. Adjust the feet so your front heel bisects the back foot. Turn the palms up for a moment. Keep the shoulder blades where they land and turn the palms back down, reaching both forward and back through the fingertips, like you're trying to push a wall away from you, both in the front and the back. Deepen the front hip crease. Try to drag the feet towards each other on the mat. One more breath in. And breathing out, come into side angle pose. You can rest your elbow on the knee, or you can reach your hand towards the ground. The top hand comes towards your right ear. So one long line from the back foot to the top fingertips. One more breath in and out here. And then on an in-breath, swing the top arm up and back and come into reverse warrior. Deepen into the front knee. One more long breath in here, lifting the heart. And breathing out, windmill the arms down to a low lunge. Breathing in, plank pose. Out, chaturanga. Breathing in, up dog or cobra. Breathing out, last down dog of the day. So build your pose from the ground up. Heels reach down, sits bones up, inner thighs back. Drag the feet forward on the mat. Push the mat together with your hands. Heart reaches between your hands. Couple more deep breaths in and out here. Engage the bandhas on the out breath. Last breath in. Breathing out, right foot forward into a lunge. Come up into warrior one. Lift the heart out of the hips, reach the back heel down. Shoulders melt from the ears. Deepen the front hip crease. Hug the inner thighs to the midline. Melt the inner ears so your shoulders release down. One more breath in. Breathing out, prayer. Breathing in, warrior two. Adjust the feet as necessary. Deepen into the front knee. Turn the palms up for a moment and then turn just the palms back around, keeping your heart lifted. Reach both front and back into your fingertips. Drag the feet together on the mat. Breathe, soften somewhere, and feel. One more breath in. Breathing out, side angle pose. So choose whether you want your elbow on the knee or reaching towards the ground. Lift the heart out of the hips here. Breathe, soften somewhere, and feel. One more long breath in and out. And on an in-breath, the top arm swings up and back. Reverse your warrior. Couple of breaths in and out here. Lifting the heart out of the hips on the in-breath. Engaging the bandhas on the out-breath. One more breath in. Breathing out, windmill the arms down to frame your front foot. On an in-breath, step the back foot up. Lengthen the spine. Breathing out, forward. Breathing in, push the feet into the ground and come up. Palms touch above. Breathing out, Tadasana. Take a few moments to calm your breath after that intense sequence. Maybe close your eyes, check in with your body. And then step your feet a little bit wider than hip distance with the toes slightly pointed out, and slowly come into a squat. Reach your heels towards the ground as far as they'll go. Let your seat rest towards your heels as much as possible. Put your elbows in between your thighs or knees, and then use the elbows to lever your legs open. The hands are going to be in prayer posture. And same principle here. Lift the heart out of the hips on your in-breath, and breathing out, engage the bandhas on the out-breath and deepen into the pose. Completely relax your lower back here. And give your digestive organs a little massage as you pull in the navel to the spine on each out-breath and the pelvic floor up on that same out-breath. One more breath in here. Breathing out, release the arms, and then come to sit on your seat behind your heels. Let's do a hip opener here. A couple of options. If you want to do pigeon pose, you can go right ahead and do that. A gentler hip opener, however, is to cross one ankle over the opposite knee. So here I have my right ankle over my left knee. Pull the toes towards the knee of the foot that is in the air, and then walk your upper body forward towards your shin, and walk the foot that's on the ground towards your body if possible. So that is one gentle hip opener. The other option is to come into a full pigeon pose where your shin is aligned with the front of the mat or as closely as you can. Your other leg goes out behind you and your upper body sinks over your shin. So wherever you are, let's stay here for a number of deep breaths, because the hips are these really big, strong muscle groups that take a long time to release. So be patient here. Maybe close your eyes, try and relax wherever you are, your head and your neck downward, and find a way to breathe into the stretch at the hip. And soften somewhere here. Relax the eyes and the head, the tongue and the mouth, the ears, the insides of the ears. Relax into the hips. Letting those areas open. If you feel that you can go deeper, then increase the uprightness of your torso by walking your upper body forward a little bit more, or walking the foot in a little bit more. A few more deep breaths in and out here. See where else you can let go in these last moments. One more breath in. And breathing out, release. My favorite way to release is by just dropping the knee to the opposite side and then unwinding my legs. And switch sides. So in my case, the left ankle comes over the right knee. Again, the toes point towards the knee. And then find your edge here. So walk your upper body more upright, or walk the foot on the ground in further towards the seat. And at all times, keep pointing the toes towards the knee. Breathing into the hips, helping them release. Relaxing the face, the ears, the mouth, the eyes. Maybe closing the eyes here. Breathe, soften somewhere, and feel. See if you can let go even more deeply in that hip that we're stretching. One more breath in. Breathing out, release. Again, I like to just let the knee drop to the outside and unwinding. Stretch the legs out in front of you, shake them out a little bit. And then come to lie down on your back, grab a blanket because we're not getting up anymore here. So make your way down to the mat. And the last pose we'll be doing together here is a slight back bend. Put your feet close to the seat so your heels almost touch the seat. Walk the shoulder blades down and together on the back. And on an in-breath, push the feet into the ground, lift the hips up as far as they'll go, keeping the thighs parallel. Reach the tailbone forward between your knees and reach the heart towards the wall behind you. Walk the shoulder blades together even more and reach the arms towards each other until you can clasp your hands. If you can, press the palms together here, and then on an in-breath, push the arms into the ground so you come up higher even with the hips, and you lift the heart even further towards the wall behind you. Keep the thighs parallel, the tailbone long, and relax somewhere. Soften the face, lengthen the breath, and feel into this bridge pose. Push all four corners of the feet into the ground. One more breath in. And breathing out, release the arms, open up the shoulder blades, and then lay the spine down like a string of pearls, vertebra by vertebra. And finish up with whatever pose or stretch you would like, whether it's hugging the knees to the chest or coming into a twist. And take a few moments to finish up, and then come into Shavasana, our final relaxation pose. Cover up with a blanket if you'd like, get completely comfortable. And like last time, what I will do is I will play a soundtrack of chimes to guide your breathing in this final relaxation. There's a rising chime to which you breathe in and a falling chime to which you breathe out. If you can't align your breath with that perfectly, don't worry about it. Just try to breathe as slowly and regularly as you can. This is what's called coherent breathing, and that is what we spoke about in the beginning today and last week. It's a technique that really helps activate the part of your nervous system that calms the body and the brain down. So I'll be putting my headphones next to the speaker so I won't be able to hear you or you me for the next few minutes. So just surrender into the ground in your Shavasana. Align the breath with the chimes and relax. Resume your normal breath. And lay still for a few more moments, really surrendering your weight to the ground. Enjoying these final moments of relaxation. And slowly bring some movement into your body, maybe wiggling fingers and toes, stretching out or moving in whichever way you find comfortable to come out of this. And when you're ready, roll onto the right side into a fetal position. Stay here for a few more moments. Now pushing yourself up, letting the head hang until the last moment when you're ready to fully sit up. And find a seated posture again, either on your heels or in a cross-legged position. Find those sits bones on the ground again, making them sharp as knives, lifting the heart and the crown of the head. Find a conscious position for your hands, either palms up for an open posture or palms down for a more grounded posture. Maybe experiment what feels right for you. And stay for a few more moments, breathing, softening, and feeling. Watching where your mind is at after this practice. And now opening the eyes again if they were closed. Find your hands in a prayer posture at the heart. Thank you so much for your practice tonight. Namaste.